I have been in contact with Nan Taylor, her team of people, and I gave her the Instagram, the 22 minutes of that night, and I've been in contact with her, and everything that I've expressed right now, I've expressed to Ann. She wants me to.
So I've titled this video Anomalies Before the 911 Call. And the first anomaly we're going to discuss was brought to our attention in a video my husband released a couple weeks ago. So I'm about to show you 3 very interesting sound bites, and these very well might come out at trial, but please do your own research and come to your own conclusions. The morning of the crime.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but what time is this? What time you talking?
Approximately 8:30, 9:30. What did you hear?
That they were standing outside. It was a neighbor that could see the dock that watched them. I don't know where I saw the video, but she said that she was out there. They were all outside, standing in a smart, smoking a cigarette like there's nothing going on at 8:30 in the morning. 5 people on the outside of the house.
Okay, now the clip I'm going to play you can find on True Crime Design, but the original call-in was to the Evil CJ show that was during his live stream.
I don't know if people are aware of the fact that there were at least 2 of the people. They were mutilated. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but I can say that they were. It was not like somebody had a butcher knife or anything like that. Like the wounds were equivalent to something that was much like huge gaping wounds. Not like
maybe like a machete.
Like I'm talking like if you think about being a hunter and if you think about a deer. I know from Dylan.
So
he told me from what Hunter knew. What really triggered me to want to reach out is that there's all this stuff that was coming up about the Lynn Lane footage and if it was real or not real, and I know from what I've seen personally that it is real, and there's so much misinformation, and it's scary. It's really scary because
that is scary.
Mm-hmm. It is very scary because what I've seen. Yeah. What I've seen, that footage is real. The audio, I can't say everything, because I don't know everything. But I can say from what I've seen, the footage is real, and it's getting to a point where people are lying back and forth. And I thought maybe that I could, by speaking, that I maybe could give some validity to something. And I guess I didn't think that people maybe not believe me, or I got there before 10 o'clock. And I hung out there. We were playing beer pong. We were playing games. We left at like a little after 1:30 to go get more alcohol. And then we came back, and then I was there. I fell asleep maybe around 3:30. I woke up in the morning. I woke up around maybe about 8:15, the latest maybe 8:30, and I smoke cigarettes, so I went outside to the balcony to smoke a cigarette because we don't smoke in the apartment. And I seen 5 people outside in the backyard area of the house. There was 3 males and 2 females. One of the males was like very pale and had light colored hair. There was a black male. There was another guy that I had never really even seen before that was kind of just like had his hoodie up. I believe I seen Dylan out
What
there.
color was
The apartments that I was at, there was a balcony, and if you go to the right of the balcony, the house is literally like next to my shoulder on the right hand side. So it's like
there's the apartment. Oh, that house.
Straight it's literally there, and we had a lot of people there.
Okay.
Yeah, we were partying just like an average night. We had a lot of people in the apartment. We partied all the time. There was always ruckus going on through the neighborhood. You know, for the most part, I never really seen or heard anything that was really strange up until like about 3 a.m. But in the morning, I remember seeing Dylan because I know Dylan, she's taller, so I can kind of pick her out. And I know Emma was there, and Emma's friend. And there was a guy that was also, like I said, really pale. I wasn't sure who he was, with light colored hair. And there was another guy that had a hoodie on that I couldn't identify. But they were all just literally passing a joint around because they would wake up and smoke. And they were just all smoking. Like, I would have never guessed anything happened at that house when I woke up that morning until I found out later. I didn't leave until like 1:30, but I would have never guessed that anything happened because they were just out smoking like normal, like nothing had happened. Well, at like 3 a.m., a little bit after 3 a.m., this was before I went to bed. We were supposed to, in the apartment that I was at the party, we were supposed to go on the balcony to smoke. We were not supposed to like smoke weed or even cigarettes inside, but some people didn't listen to the people that resided at the apartment, so they would smoke inside anyway. So they would crack like 2 of the windows, like on the right hand side of the apartment, and when they did crack the windows to get the breeze in, to get the smoke out, like there was a lot of stuff that went on it. Like around a little bit after 3, there were a couple of things that I heard that were really disturbing, but I was drunk and I just said, like, in my head, I was like, you know what? It's probably something really stupid and I'm just overanalyzing it, you know? Like, in my head, I didn't think, like, oh, there is something of emergency. When I look back at it now, like, it literally tears me up inside because I'm like, could I have done more? Could I have, like, did I just bypass something, you know? But it was like it was a scream. There was one scream. It literally like, it sounded like somebody was being mauled by a bear. Like, it was like.
When you heard that? When did you hear that? When did you hear that?
This was a little bit after 3 a.m. But you know, there's a lot of times that screams go on at parties, like really for weird reasons, you know. And so in my head, I wanted to just tell myself, okay, well, this is a little weird, but even if I thought it was, you know, something maybe to think about, I'm at a party with a bunch of people and we were smoking weed and we were drinking, and there were people that were doing illegal drugs, and you know what I mean? Like, if I would have called the police, I would have gotten everybody at the party in trouble too. I had like so many things weighing in my head. Like, if I had done that, and even if I did, I have to tell an officer, like, hey, I'm drunk, but I heard this scream. Like, is he even going to believe me? Like, I was really backed into a corner. So, but now that I think of it, like, it bothers me because I remember that scream, and it was not a normal scream. It was a more. We were playing a game called Two Truths and a Lie, and we were playing beer pong too as well. And I had a friend that went on Instagram Live. It was like 22 minutes she was on, and like 18 of those minutes we were in the apartment, just like our music was blaring, like all that stuff. There was maybe like about 2 minutes when we were outside and we were recording it, and you know, you can hear something. I don't know if it was something related. You can hear some stuff around 3 o'clock. We had heard they were trying to find Murphy. They were trying to find the dog. But I remember they were calling for the dog. I don't know if the dog was missing, but I remember there was like, I don't know if it was Ethan, but somebody was whistling. A male was whistling for the dog. They were looking for the dog at like 3 a.m.
Was that before or after you heard the scream that you said you heard?
It was before the scream.
Before. It would have to be, before.
Just whistling, but we knew Murphy because when I would party over there, sometimes Murphy would get out, and you know, and we kind of knew the dog just as like, you know, a neighbor dog. So when we would hear stuff like that, we just presumed that because nobody else really had a dog over there. So I have been in contact with Ann Taylor, her team of people, and I gave her my friend gave her the Instagram, the 22 minutes of that night, and I've been in contact with her, and everything that I've expressed right now, I've expressed to Ann. We haven't really divulged on like getting deeper and deeper into it, but I've expressed these things to her, and she wants me to she wants me to actually physically go there to where I was and to show where I was in that time frame and what angle of things that I've seen. And I've been terrified to do so because I'm worried that somebody's going to be filming and they're going to film me and see me. She said we could do it at really late at night.
Yeah, but you could.
There's so much more that I do know, you know, and things that have gone on, but it's like telling my side. I get a couple of people that believe me, and there's a lot of people that don't. And I understand. I have reached out to the proper people.
How are they not taking you seriously?
So you said you have talked to the FBI too?
I have talked with anybody and everybody that I can talk to that would hear my story, that could do anything for that. I have spoken. I have shown, you know, that I was at the apartment that night. I have shown documentations that I was a student there. You know, I have given proof, and despite doing that, I still don't feel like they have taken me seriously because nothing has happened from that. I mean, they've listened to me, but nobody has like looked at other evidence or anything. They're just going with this like Bryan situation, you know?
And about 4 days ago, this creator posted these receipts from about a year ago.
There's a student that revealed he was in a remote photography group, which is kind of vague. That, I mean, I don't know if that's a good after school. Found out my remote photography group has video from a tripod that was stationed behind the house. It recorded from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and shows a woman running from the side of the house as a truck entered the driveway. She ran away from the house and right by our tripod at approximately almost, but not completely accurate or exact, roughly 2 a.m. A group member removed the tripod, and I don't know who has the video. It is the group's right to not disclose why we record, but we would send in recordings in special circumstances. Okay, this is so messed up. I don't even know where to begin, but it continues. So another person writes, then call the LE and give them your information, which sounds like a no-brainer. Why wouldn't they have done that? Unless they were afraid of turning it in. And then it continues. Another poster writes, quote, group member reported the video was sent to Idaho State Police. Our group has been removed from FB for various policy violations, end quote. And then that's all I have. The group didn't follow up on this conversation. And I know other people were talking about there being another camera back there.
And I had left for work like around 11:45, and I never saw or heard anything. The night before, I was